Do you ever feel stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, you're just never going to change? If so, listen to this. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Inspiring Hope. This is your weekly boost of uplifting Jewish inspiration. I'm Rabbi Tzvi Sytner, and on behalf of Aish.com and the Village Shul, I want to thank you all for listening. I also want to thank today's sponsors. Today's talk is sponsored by Esther Malka Lewis in gratitude to Hashem for her son Siobhan Lewis's recent promotion. Today's also sponsored by Glenn Cohen and Vivian Ziner in honor of the yahrzeit of Glenn's father, Ronald Cohen. Reuven ben Yosef Alav Shalom, may his neshama have an aliyah. So, the high holidays are here. And this is the time of year where we all focus on tshuva, real change. But can people really change? I mean, how often do we struggle with the same stuff year after year after year? So the truth is, we can change, even if we've struggled with the same stuff for so many years. In fact, I remember years ago, a guy came into my office and he says, Rabbi, for the last 30 years, I have struggled with an addiction that has totally ruined my life. And now, I finally decided after 30 years that enough is enough. And it's been years since this story, and this guy has completely turned his life around. Now, sometimes we do need to reach out to people for help to change our bad character, to train or to break a bad trait. But other times, it's really about finally deciding to make the change for good and then living that way, one day at a time, until it really becomes who you are. You know, I once heard this beautiful parable. It illustrates this idea so much. It's a story about this guy who's so selfish and he's got anger written all over his face. And one day he sees the princess from afar. She's a refined, caring woman. And he so wants to date her, but he realizes that if she recognizes him, she'll never ever go for him. So he goes to this artist and he asks an artist to make a mask of a face of a person that's kind and gentle and caring. And he puts on this mask and he meets her one day and they begin to date. And for months and months, every single day, he continues to live the life of this gentle, kind, caring person. Until one day, his friend discovers his secret. And he's so jealous that he decides that he's going to run right over to his friend and he's going to rip off the mask right in front of the princess. And he does just that. And right there, underneath the mask, is the exact same pleasant, gentle face as the mask itself. You know, in life, sometimes the more we actually live as the person we want to be, the more we become that person. If you can identify who you want to be and then start living that way, that's the first step. And even if you feel like you can't change, you can. You know, there's a sign that's hanging in the lobby of my shul that's quoting Reb Noach Weinberg. And the sign says, I can't is idolatry. Because if the Almighty wants it to happen, then you can. You know, sometimes we may think that change is impossible. But just try to change your mindset from impossible to it's possible. That yes, you can be that husband, that father, or that wife that you want to be. You can grow in your Torah learning and your Judaism. You can overcome your anger or your impatience. Not impossible, but it's possible. Let's change our mindset from not impossible, but I'm possible. I want to thank you all so much for listening. And if you want to sponsor the next episode or send me a message, just email me at hope@aish.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.